How do you design? What process do you use to design it?
Yeah, that's quite easy. We ask the question, is it really necessary to reach the goal? And then most of the time it's no. And then we have a special other question, which is, but is it cool? And then we say mostly yes. Then we have to figure out if it's cool and stupid or if it's cool and smart. And if it's cool and stupid, then we try to argue until it's cool and smart, or we eliminate it and we try to keep it as simple as possible. But then there are always people who come up with, we have to figure out if it's a smart idea as well. That's the decision process. Does it make sense? No. I mean, apart from the fact that we're building model rockets, because that makes no sense. Building up from there, does it make sense to reach our goal? No, then keep it away. Leave it. We don't need it. And yeah, this is the way to go. And we have basically everyone has to decide for themselves if they think it's smart. And then we have like modules where every module has to decide for themselves. And then, the fundamental question is, does it make sense or do we need it? And if not, leave it away.
We like to talk about our design process. It just sounds so, don't know, at first stupid, but the thing is, it works and it works so well. We go with what seems to be like cool and fun, and we need those two things because otherwise we won't do it in the first place. So it's hard to say, but it works, and I mean the results speak for themselves. I mean we launched a liquid fueled rocket and recovered it safely, and I think we were the first to do so in Europe. So you could say, it works.
Also like the third lightest rocket at the competition or something like that. We eliminated so many parts that there was not much weight left.
How much did the micro-orbit rocket weigh in the end?
13 kilograms, including fuel.
Like lift-off mass?
Yeah, lift-off mass.
With mass,
yeah. Including the payload.
Including the payload.
Lift-off mass. So the vehicle itself was 12 kilos with fuel.
Yeah, it's very light. Remember, it was quite small.
Because if you make it smaller, it weighs less, and if it weighs less, you need less fuel, so it makes everything easier.
And it's also cheaper because you need less carbon fiber, less fuel.
It's way cheaper, and also your requirements for recovery are easier. If your rocket weighs half as much, it's less of a shock. It's less parachute you need. It makes the parachute smaller. It makes the rocket smaller because the parachute is smaller. So yeah.
So it's basically simpler to make a smaller rocket up to a certain point, because if you need to machine very small parts, then I guess that would be more complicated.
It is hard to decide which parts you can leave away, because oftentimes you believe that you need something, and then if you think about it really hard, you realize there is no point in having it. It's really hard. It seems like such an easy question, but it's not. It's really not, because oftentimes you have some idea or some belief that you need it, but if you really think about it, you realize you don't. You can see it in many other rockets that they have parts which are not necessary. That's the hard thing. The decision to leave stuff away, even if it seems like a good idea.